So, YouTube family, let's talk about overrated quarterback Terry Bradshaw attack on Shedeur Sanders and Deion Sanders.
Fifth rounder getting all this.
So Shedeur.
Oh, why is the fifth rounder getting all this attention? Why?
You tell me.
Or you tell me. Why is it? Is it because I'm not the one that drafted him? I mean, why would Cleveland took Gabriel? I love Gabriel. I like him a lot. I wouldn't have taken Shedeur. Let somebody else have that problem. Now you got to deal with his dad and everything else, and you got two speeding tickets, and I don't see it. You know, he doesn't shake my tree. So, yeah, I don't care. I don't care what he does, where he goes, and if he goes somewhere else or whatever, or if he beats out Gabriel and plays well, I'm the first one to jump in and go, boy, pretty.
What's wrong?
Yeah, what's wrong with being wrong? Fifth rounder.
That's right, YouTube family. We're going to talk about this with receipts and get into it because you're probably sitting down like me. What was that about? Why is he so angry? We'll break that down.
I've been broke so many times, I don't know what to believe. Mama say it's my fault, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Think it's best I put my
So YouTube family, this is for educational purpose. Let's talk about Terry Bradshaw and these comments he keeps making about Shedeur Sanders and Coach Prime. You know, that has nothing to do with football. And let's be real, people aren't dumb. Fans see the patterns. They see the double standards, and they see that Terry Bradshaw has never provided one solid football reason for the level of dislike he throws towards the Sanders family. Every time he talks about Shedeur Sanders, it's the same thing. Vague criticism, no specifics, no film breakdown, no actual incidents, although he claims Shedeur is a problem, but they never tell you what problem. He paints Shedeur as some kind of problem when reality says the opposite. Shedeur has never disrespected his teammates, never been any criminal activities. Not that you need to reward people for that, because we should not be, uncivilized creatures, but he's never been any of these kinds of problems. He's never done or gone after Dillon Gabriel. In fact, Dillon Gabriel has gone after Shedeur multiple times, and nothing gets othered out or said about it. In fact, he's done nothing but stayed poised, stayed respectful, and stayed focused. So when Terry Bradshaw goes off on air and acts like Shedeur is a diva or this locker room issue, fans have every right to say, where are you getting this from? Show us the receipts. Show us the examples, because the truth is he can't. Those moments don't exist. Meanwhile, he openly says he loves Dillon Gabriel, even though Dillon has been struggling. Dillon has had bad games, bad reads, turnovers, all of it, but Bradshaw still protects him, still praised Dillon Gabriel, still babysits Dillon Gabriel's reputation. And this is why so many fans, including me, bless one, especially online, are saying this isn't about football. It's about something deeper. It's deeper than football. It's bigger than football. So something that's been in Terry's Bradshaw pattern for years. And don't forget about the Mike Tomlin situation. So what am I talking about? Wait, I'll get to it. Go ahead and smash that like button, hit the notification bell if you want to support our platform, because clearly YouTube ain't rocking with us, and that's why you don't get my notifications. So support us. Let's be grass-rooted once again, because I'm going to expose Terry Bradshaw with receipts. Now, work with me before I drop the receipts. Let's look at what Terry had to say one more time so I can finally expose him. Listen one more time what he had to say.
Fifth rounder getting all this.
So Shedeur.
Oh, why is the fifth rounder getting all this attention? Why?
You tell me.
Or you tell me. Why is it? Is it because I'm not the one that drafted him? I mean, why would Cleveland took Gabriel? I love Gabriel. I like him a lot. I wouldn't have taken Shedeur. Let somebody else have that problem. Now you got to deal with his dad and everything else, and you got 2 speeding tickets. And
did you guys hear that? Didn't the Cleveland Police Department come out and have to protect Shedeur by saying these people like Terry Bradshaw were clearly lying? It wasn't 2 speeding tickets. He didn't miss court. I mean, Terry Bradshaw never had a ticket before. But when he said Shedeur's name, he said, ugh, almost like he wanted to throw up here in Shedeur. So what could Shedeur have done to discuss Terry Bradshaw so much? He never went in depth into it. He lied clearly, because this was deeper. It was a hatred of Deion and Shedeur. That's why he referenced Deion in a disparaging way, because the sight of Shedeur upsets him. It was coded language in what he was speaking. That's why out the blue, all of a sudden, Terry Bradshaw is a fan of Dillon Gabriel. Since when? Dillon Gabriel hasn't performed, not even as a 3rd string quarterback. So what would make Terry says he loves Dillon more than Shedeur, and why would he call Shedeur a problem? Shedeur hasn't done anything off field. Shedeur doesn't control the media. Shedeur didn't go to TMZ and the media and say, I need you to talk to me and I need to request an interview. But Terry Bradshaw has been hating guys like us and Shedeur for years. If you watch my channel, I've been exposing that about Terry. In fact, let's go deeper about one guy he's been attacking for almost 2 decades, and that's Mike Tomlin. Although I don't really like Mike Tomlin, but let's not forget, don't forget, this is the same guy, Terry Bradshaw, who spent almost 2 decades taking shots at Mike Tomlin, a Super Bowl winning coach with one of the best win percentage in the NFL history. He calls Tomlin lucky. He calls him average. He questions Mike Tomlin's leadership. And every time the Steelers lose 2 games in a row or whatever, where was that same energy for Bill Cowher? Now, I'll go to Bill Cowher later. Let's go to the receipts. Terry Bradshaw had this pattern. Remember when Reggie Bush was running with the football? He said Reggie Bush looked like he was running for chicken.
Bad for a quick vote. 9-yard strike, 7-3. Watch this run. Open up, hand it to Reggie. Bounce outside. Hook, come back inside. Look at this, Jimmy. Like he was chasing that bucket of chicken that the wind was blowing the other day. 18-yard touchdown. Miami 17-13 on top of the Colts.
Glad you said
I tickled myself.
I'm glad you said.
What are we going to do with him?
All right, we're going to ship him out of here, man. I don't know.
I'm dying. I'm up here dying. I'm playing hurt.
Did you hear what his melanated colleagues said? Oh, because when Terry said, oh boy, like he loved it. And they said, what are we going to do with him? And one of the colleagues said, we need to ship him out of here. They were being serious. It was cringe. They don't like Terry. Terry has always been open, unfortunately, with his hatred of melanated people. And you're thinking I'm lying, but let's go to the guy he's been bullying, Mike Tomlin, because you know Terry Bradshaw played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So he doesn't like anything. If you go back to his playing days, there's been plenty of players who came out and about and said Terry is open with his hatred. Everybody know he's part of the good old boys club. Listen to what he's always been saying about Mike Tomlin for years.
great coach at all.
He's a great coach.
Oh, I don't think he's a great coach.
Terry, I think Mike Tomlin still needs to prove he's a great coach.
Oh, I don't think he's a great coach at all. He's a nice coach, and to me, I've said this. I've said, he's really a great cheerleader guy. I don't know what he does, but I don't think that he's a great coach at all. His name never even pops in my mind when we think about great coaches in the NFL.
He a cold dude, bruh. That's a savage to the highest degree. A Neanderthal who cannot realize to read the room, because this game of football is only football to them. They don't think of us as actual people with actual feelings. So he goes out and about and calling this man a cheerleader, to the point Mike Tomlin had to respond to this.
Players have spoken out strongly disagreeing with comments that Terry Bradshaw made about you. What does that mean to have locker room support like that?
You know, I appreciate the support, but criticism and critique are very much a part of our business, and it's an element of our business that as a competitor I embrace. You know, the term great is something that I have a great deal of respect for. I certainly don't think that my resume to this point reads as great. But very few coaches' resumes read as at this point. Guys like Bill in New England probably can say that, or Pop down in San Antonio, but I think the rest of us are just working stiffs, to be quite honest with you. Now, that being said, terms like cheerleader guy, to me, maybe fall outside the bounds of critique or criticism. They probably fall more toward the area of disrespect and unprofessional.
Unprofessional and disrespectful all the way. One of the few times where I can actually agree with Mike Tomlin. Now, who is this Bill Cowher? He was the previous coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers before Mike Tomlin got there, and I'm an aficionado. When I watched Bill Cowher coaching during this day, he was worse than what Mike Tomlin was. And people would like to say, well, Bill Cowher would have got Mike Tomlin's team to the Super Bowl because Mike Tomlin won the Super Bowl with Bill Cowher's team. And I would sit back and be like, how come Bill Cowher could not win with his own roster? Why did it take someone else to supposedly win with your roster? And they could never answer it. So this is what's beautiful when Chris Carter asked Terry Bradshaw about Bill Cowher.
Did you think the coach before him, Bill Cowher, did you think Bill was a great coach?
I think Bill came in. Yeah, I think Bill was. I think Bill came in and took over a team that had been struggling. And when you take over for Chuck, and even the Steelers had some good years, really good years, and then they kind of, by their standards, kind of melt.
And that's the problem. You didn't call out Coach Chuck. You didn't call out Bill Cowher. But all of a sudden, you calling out Mike Tomlin for doing the exact same thing that Bill Cowher did. Look at their record, ladies and gentlemen. The same exact thing. And actually, Mike Tomlin has an overall better winning percentage. Yes, the great Bill Cowher, who's an overrated coach as well, he could not produce wins during his lengthy time as a coach. I remembered everybody would critique him and criticize him. All of a sudden, you people have a memory issue, and now it's Mike Tomlin, a failed coach who cannot win. Well, he does the same thing in the playoffs as his predecessors, but you're not going to talk about that because it is about race. It's always going to be about that for guys like Mike Tomlin. Terry Bradshaw. To make it worse, Terry Bradshaw would double down on this. He apologizes to everybody else. Let me show you guys. He did some comments towards Ken Jeong, who I like this actor, by the way, and during the Masked Singer stuff, he apologized to Ken Jeong for saying he's from Japan when everybody know Ken Jeong is actually from Korea. So he'll apologize to everybody else with his open hatred. But with us, he doubles down on us. Doesn't matter how awful and unprofessional he is, and the world just watches.
Like fraud. Right. If you, I think it's cheerleader like fraud. Right. If you said that and took that out, people would be like, "Well, Terry's just get." So you did regret it.
Yeah. No, I didn't regret it until I actually forgot about it. Mike came back at me, which he should have never done.
Right.
It's like Dabo. Don't let people know that you get to them.
Right.
Just blow it off. But he responded. Mike responded.
That's recruiting,
and that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, I probably shouldn't have said cheer.
They have their good old boys club meeting and behave like the thugs they accuse us of behaving like. Don't let that part go far further from you, because at the end of the day, Cowher, who had fewer wins, like with the same numbers of Super Bowls that Mike Tomlin won, and lost. The same thing. Lost way more playoff games in his career. Bradshaw has always defended Bill Cowher. He always praised him. He always protected him. The accountability standard magically changes depending on who he's talking about. And that's what fans are pointing out today, like me. They're saying this looks like a pattern, and I'm saying this is a pattern. It's a pattern where Bradshaw refuses to give certain people credit when they earn it, and refuses to criticize others even when they deserve it. And that's why so many in the football community believes his issue with Shedeur Sanders and Deion goes way beyond football and way beyond the field. Let's not digress with some type of form of of excuse for that rhetoric. People are tired of the coded language, tired of the dog whistles, tired of the selective outrage. Because you guys pay attention. Remember when Mike Tomlin broke a record to be one of the youngest coaches to do this?
Well, we got the greatest fans in the world. We really do. Still a nation, you deserve this. We know everything's big in Texas. We're going to show them how big we do it. See everybody in Dallas.
That's when he was going to his back-to-back Super Bowls or whatever the case is. He lost one, but the energy he provided was no different than Bill Cowher and probably bigger. But the truth about Terry Bradshaw, here it is. Shedeur Sanders has done nothing to deserve the hate Terry Bradshaw throws at him. Deion Sanders has done nothing but elevate a program, actually programs if we're considering JSU, which I respect them, inspire players and break barriers. And Mike Tomlin has been a top tier coach for 2 decades. I don't even like the guy, but we have to assess the situation compared to his colleagues and peers. What do you call that? Because if Mike Tomlin is trash by your logic, Terry Bradshaw, and every good old boys club who thinks like you, by your watered down logic, that would mean 98% of all the coaches who's ever coached are garbage by your assessment, if we're being for real. But we know why you say this and who it's really deserved for. We know where this hate comes from. At the end of the day, you don't like us. So why does Bradshaw always seems to have a problem with those guys and guys like us, but never the ones with the weaker resumes? I mean, fans see it. Players see it. DJ Bless One definitely sees it. And the interest of the NFL cartel and the internet itself, we all see it. I've provided nothing but receipts. Spare me your goddamn feelings. And that's why this conversation isn't going away. If you like what you've seen today by me and that was created for us and by us, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and also like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you have a better financial situation, donate and support me as well. But the true donation of support is just by hitting the subscribe, liking this video, and commenting. I'm DJ Bless One, the best one. Love your family, love your kids, and stay blessed.